Good morning and welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. It's Thursday, February 6th, and let's see what the heat map's doing this morning. It looks like it's a little mixed. Microsoft is flat with Meta. Apple's down a hair with Google and Tesla, and Nvidia and Amazon are up. So we'll take a look and see what's going on this morning and what we're going to be getting into. So all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. Here we go. Let's rock and roll. See what our Jolie's jumpers are up to real quick, and then we'll rock and roll with our our laptop lowdowns, and then we'll see what else is going on in the market here. So here we go. Let's take a look at ACB, and that is Aurora. No, that's Aurora Cannabis, and they were running yesterday. They're just hitting that resistance up there, but they were moving. It went 384 to 583. It closed at 573. And today at 562 down to 527 you're sitting at now. And a little bit of pullback. Like I said, you hit that resistance up there. So it is expected, but we'll see if they can get set back up. That's ACB, Aurora Cannabis. And that was moving. AIM, good old AIM right here. Took a big old dip down. And let's see if it can pop back up here. Let's see what it did. Yesterday it was 19 to 21 and it came down to 13. It closed at 14 or 15 and this morning it's at 14. So yeah, that one just aimed straight down and we'll see if that one can pop back up. So AIM, that aimed down, and APPS, but it could get set right back up there. APPS, this one jumped up really good there. APPS. Let's see. This one looks nice yesterday, 241 to 349, and then it closed at 334. This morning, 328. It got up to 339, and it's at 321. And it's not looking bad. It's over that resistance right there, so not too bad for APPS, Digital Turbine. At ASTS, we were looking at this. It's up a little bit more today. AST Space Mobile, so keep an eye on that one. It's a little bit flat this morning, but it's been cruising up there. And the Big Bear was up there yesterday, running up pretty big. And let's see what it's doing today. 766 all the way up to 821, and it's at 735 right now. So the Big Bear, BBAI, that did run. And CLDI, let's see what that one's up to here. CLDI ran up there yesterday, real good, 125 to 180. And it was closed at 153 this morning, 144 to 148 and down to 137. Looks like it could be pulling back there, CLDI. So that was a nice run up yesterday. And CPIX, we were just looking at this bad boy the other day, and it did run up again. CPIX, and it's run up the last couple days, and now this morning, yesterday, it went 390 up to 655 and closed at 605 this morning, 589 to 601. It's at 540, but like I said, I had a huge run up there, Cumberland Pharmaceuticals. So we'll look and see if it wants to run up some more in DGLY, Digital Ally. This is getting set up right here. I know it was bouncing off that bottom. DGLY. And is that today or yesterday? That's today. It did 24 to 33 and it's at 21. So it ran up to that 20 and pulled back there. And that is DGLY and HCAI. Let's see, HCAI. That one's brand spanking new. It just opened up yesterday, it looks like. And it is pulled back there today. I'll have to look at that thing later. IVVD, this thing has been running up there. It's up even higher this morning, guys. So this thing's been a monster. What is it doing? 301. Oh, it opened up. What it closed at? 292. It opened up at 301, and now it's coming back down to 268. But what a monster that thing was. And that's IVVD, and it had run up even higher yesterday in the after hours. So that thing's been a really big runner. PLUT, this is brand spanking now too. PLUT, Plutus. And yesterday, 417 to 450. It closed at 425, and then this morning it was down a little bit. So that one's a brand new one, and it's a Hong Kong capital market. QNTM, that Quantum Biopharm is still running up in the top. I'm not sure if it'll stay up there the entire day, but it is moving this morning, and it went 922 to 1079, and it's at 936 right now, and that one's been running up there, QNTM and rainy. We were looking at this last night, as a matter of fact, and I said it had looked good. It did pop up in them after hours, RANI, and let's see. 137 to 224, and then this morning 214 to 215, it's back to 172 and hitting that 50. So we'll have to take a look at it, but it did gap up there in the after hours big time. SBET, SharpLink Gaming, and this thing's curling up right here, SBET. And it was running yesterday 40 to 66. That's where it closed. And this morning 60 to 73, but it's back to 54. So it did run up there. Now it's pulling back. And that is SBET SharpLink. And there you go, your Jolie's Jumpers. Thank you very much, Asian Jolie. And oh, what did I just do? Let me find my laptop lowdowns right here and see what they're up to. BOXN. Let's see what that's doing this morning. BOXN. Hold on. That's not even it. What is that one? It's something like that. ENVB. I'll remember it. I know we looked at it yesterday. ENVB. This one's a good one. It just recently split and it's way down in that basement. ENVB. So let's see what that's up to. Yeah, that's curled down there and just kind of rolling in the basement down there. So we'll watch that one get set back up. ENVB. And good old Icon, ICON, Icon Energy. We've been watching it. And like I said, it's just bouncing around as it's getting set up here, ICON. So I think this could be its bottom right around here at that 30 cents. And it is at 31 right now. So keep your eye on that ICON. I think that is getting set up. And that LYT, we were looking at it the other day. It had a huge dip yesterday or 2 days ago. I think yesterday it dipped down pretty good. And then, yeah, the last 2 days, really. And now we're looking at it. It might start to get set back up down here. So that's LYT. That's why we always got to stay pretty patient on these and know that they're going up. MGOL, this was moving around yesterday. Let's see. It's just a little bit flat there this morning. I don't know if it's really doing anything yet. Let me see. And that is today's date. It's just sitting at 14 cents. So is it at 14? Yeah, just under. I mean, 0.139. So it's right there, and it's not looking bad. OMGA. Let's see what that's doing. That good old Omega. That's getting to be in a good spot now, and took that big old dip. It was looking good the other day, and then it took a dip, so it's looking even better down there. And PETA, good old PITA. This one is out. It's getting out of the basement. It's not yet, but it's bottomed out down here the other day at 41 cents. You're at 50. And PITA is going to be a good one as well. Yeah, yesterday. Oh, wait a second. Where'd it go? I'll have to look because it doesn't look like. Oh, yeah, that was yesterday. I'm sorry. 55 to 56, and it closed at 51. It's just not doing anything yet today. So RTC is another one that's going to get set up. Looks like it might be down a little bit this morning, but we're definitely going to look for this bottom right here because it's right around here. I'm telling you, it's at what 57 cents the other day. We're sitting at 67. So yesterday was probably its bottom there at 57, and that's RTC. So yeah, keep an eye on that one. That's looking pretty good right there. And let's see, SDST, that Stardust Power, it's up 5 cents. I told you guys this thing's going to start looking really good right here. Stardust Power. So keep an eye on it. 84 to 86, that's where it's at. And it looks like it wants to get cruising there. So it was up in the after hours a little bit. And that STSS, that's not looking bad. That Sharps Technology, that's starting to curl up today. And I would keep an eye on that. We were talking about it. So it was moving yesterday 32 to 42. This morning 34 to 36. It's at 34 right now. But again, it's curling up looking pretty good. THRD, well, THRD here. Third Harmonic Bio. And that's in the basement, curled through, but still dipping. I'll have to keep an eye on this one for sure, because that one's going to be a good setup maybe next week right there. And VLN, Valence Semiconductor, this is going to get cruising back up. It had recently run up to that 340. We're back down to 256 VLN. And yeah, this one's getting rolling, guys. So keep an eye on that one. VLN looking good right there. And let's look at WIN and see if it's going to be in for a win. We're probably looking at WIN, and I'm thinking, unless there's a couple other ones, WINA, WINC, WING. Let's look at Wingstop. The win, WINN, that's what I'm thinking, but that's an ETF. And Wint, that's probably what it is. WINT, I bet, because we've been looking at it, and it is way in the basement right there. So, yeah, I would say Wint is going to be the winner. And there you go. So what did I say? WIN. Uh, which one? Wing. I wanted to look at Wingstop. 305 Wingstop's at, huh? And it is getting set up. It's making a nice base right there. WING. So just watch for it. It might pull back to 288. It's at 305. It might bounce into this little channel, bounce back a little bit, and then get set up for sure. So that is Wingstop. If you want to stop there for wings, I don't know if I think I had them. We tried them. They were all right. Yeah, I do remember trying them before, but yeah, they were okay. Can't complain about them, but yeah, just some wings and they were decent. So there you go with Wingstop, and that's WING. And let's see what the markets are doing here. A little bit of a mixture right here. Microsoft is down. It's just flat, really, with Meta, Nvidia, Amazon, and are both green. Apple and Google and Tesla are down. So let's just take a look at them and see what the SPY and everybody's up to this morning. The SPY is up 16 cents. It's at 604. And let me take a better look at it. And I mean, I could see it just kind of bouncing around, even pulling back. Your 50 and 20 are meeting up right there. It's curling up really good. I mean, I would see it trying to go up more than down, but I could see it pull back a hair. It's nothing crazy, though, so it ain't going to be crashing. Apple's down just $1.37, and it's getting set up right there. So we'll keep an eye on Apple today. Good old Amazon. Let's see what that's up to. It's up 95 cents. So Amazon not looking too bad actually, and it's trying to get back up there. We'll see if it can roll off. We're gonna wait for them earnings are today, so we'll wait and see the earnings, and then we'll watch Amazon. Good old Google's down $1.06. It took a nice dip the other day with AMD, and it's gonna have to get set back up. And Meta META, Zuck's been crazy, but it's pulled back 11 cents. It's way at the top though. It may pull back here. So just be careful at META Meta because it is up at that top area. And we'll take a look at it today and see if it wants to pull back. Microsoft MSFT, this one's making a base down here and going to start looking better. So keep an eye on Microsoft. It's going to try to get set up down there. And good old Nvidia here is up 93 cents and still curling up looking good. So it's probably going to get to that 130 area and hit that resistance, pull down some, and then get set back up, I would assume. So that is Nvidia. And Tesla's down another $7. I'm telling you, it's really bearish. Bearish. Yeah, it's very bearish. I mean, and it's just pulling back and dipping down. So, and Tesla is dipping a little bit. So there you go with that one. And good old AMC is up 2 cents. And I'm telling you guys, this thing's getting set up big time. We know exactly what was going on. Unity got played first. That's getting set up again. It's not ready. And then Chewy got played, and that one's up 18 cents. But again, that one's just it was set up and beautiful on that pop up to that 40, and I literally hit that perfectly. And now AMC is going to be the next one. That's setting up, and then I would look at GameStop, GME, and that's your Roaring Kitty report right there because that's the order that he's playing them, and that's exactly what it looks like is going on. And Netflix, that thing was flying yesterday. I'm just curious if it's up. It's down $2, but it's still over 1,000. I was just curious. It is. And AVGO, this thing's been cruising. It's up 255, and it's curling up. We'll see if it gets through right there and can get really cruising. But I'm not sure. It might hit that. Let me look at that one. AVGO. It could hit the MACD there and pull back one more time to get really set up. So we'll keep an eye on MU and see exactly what it wants to do. And TSM's down $1.30. So yeah, these semiconductor ones are setting up, but they're not ready to just get blasted off. SMCI is looking really good though, guys. So keep an eye on that. Watch for any little pullback down to 30. It's at 31.79, but that thing's getting set up really, really nice. So yeah, that one looks good. SMCI. And let's see what our AMD's doing. It's down $1 this morning. It's at 110, and it is pulled back there. Let's see what it looks like on the thing on mine. AMD, it is just a little bit flat there. 111.47 down to 110.95. That's where it's sitting, and we'll have to take a look at it. It may just try to get curled back up. It is crossed through coming down, and has to get itself back up, moving, curled back up. So we'll take a look at AMD, see if it wants to rebound right there and when it will. And that is AMD and QCOM. That one is down 775. They just had their earnings and then it pulled back. So it had been run up there and then pulled back with the earnings. And I think they were probably pretty decent, but who the heck knows? Intel, that one's down 10 cents. It is setting up, but it's down the road a little bit. And good old Snow. Let's look at this SNOW. That's up 68 cents. And this thing's going to try to get up into that top area and really run, guys. I'm telling you, Snow is setting up to go blizzard right here. So keep your eye on that one. SNOW. And let's just take a look at Mara real quick. That's up 16 cents. That's setting up. I'm telling you guys, I think crypto is about to get cruising again and really cruising this time. So keep your eye on it. MSTR's up a little bit. MicroStrategy getting set up right here, looking pretty good. CLSK getting set up, looking pretty good. They all are. So, and what about Coinbase? That's back up $4, and it's at what? Let me look at it and see. Coinbase is in the 270s. It looks like, and that's curling back up right there. So. There you go with Coinbase trying to get moving again. It did take that nice little dip down, and we'll see what it wants to do. It does have earnings coming up next week, next Thursday, a week away. It looks like on the 13th. So yeah, we're watching Coinbase and seeing if it does want to get set up. It's just bouncing around. It was looking really good to roll up the other day, pull back, but it is bouncing around, looking a little better. And that's Coinbase. So yeah, I think cryptos is looking good. DJT is down a little bit, and it is trying to get set up down here. It's just taking its good old time, and that 29.15 could be its low, but I would watch for any dips on it. And PHUN, good old Funware, this thing's getting set up to be in the right spot. I don't see it doing anything just yet this morning, PHUN, but it is curling up right there and looking decent. And let's just see what MTN's doing this morning. And that's just flat. That doesn't like to move at all in the morning, which is fine. And there you go with them bad boys. Let me take a look and see what you guys want to look at and the scanner. So let me know what you guys want to see. That ASTS is up this morning. Luis Rodriguez, it is looking pretty good there, up 36 more cents. It's just a little bit flat right now. Let me see on mine. Yeah, 24.75 to 25.04, and that's where it's at, 25.04. So not looking bad. And how about PCG? What's that up to? PG and E Corp, and this thing's crawling up really good. They do have earnings coming up next week on next Thursday, the 13th, and yeah, it was cruising up right there, PCG, and it could continue to move 1583, and that's where it's sitting. Yesterday, 1526 up to that 1581, so not looking bad there, PCG. And that IVD, I know that thing is getting crazy. That thing went way up there this morning. That's cruising up there, guys. That IVVD. So yeah, that was up there to like 301. It's at 269 right now. So yeah, it got moving up there to $3, and we were looking at it down here probably in like the 40-cent area just the other day. I don't know what the heck they even did. A partnership with pro football coach Jim Harbaugh to elevate awareness on an ongoing impact of COVID-19. Oh wow. They're a COVID-19. I mean, there is COVID, but it's like the flu. I mean, I have the flu right now, and when you take a COVID test, if you don't have COVID, you got the flu. What the hell are you gonna do? Now we got some new shit here, just like Lyme's disease. I mean, they make these things, and it'll never go away. You'll never be able to get it out of here because it was biologically built, so our bodies aren't made to actually fight it. And so yeah, we'll have COVID forever. So that's something that we're just gonna deal with for the rest of our lives. And clearly, we all found out that the U.S. funded it over in Wuhan and all that BS. And yeah, and they're so lucky that Fauci and all them got them preemptive. Now we know why they all needed a preemptive pardon. I mean, I think we all kind of knew, but the facts are just coming out. It's amazing what's coming out now, and I think all their heads are going to be rolling. And I can't even. I don't think they can believe that they lost that bad, and now they're all getting exposed so much. And they didn't think it would ever happen to them because they just had so much power and money until you don't. And then that's what happens. So that's what happens when you abuse it too. People see through it, and then boom, you're out of there, and then you get exposed. So that's exactly what happened to the Democrats, and it is hysterical. I mean, it's every day now. Elon's just putting stuff out, and it's so funny. Watch Elizabeth Warren complain about how much power he has. He doesn't have power. He's just exposing you guys, and you don't like it. So shut your mouth and sit back and enjoy the entertainment because you guys were so corrupt for so many years, lining their pockets all over the place on our dime while we sit here and struggle, and then they want to complain about things. So, boo hoo, huh? So funny how things go around and hit them in the face, and just like gold bar Bob Menendez in New Jersey. I'm telling you, they're all corrupt as hell. It's crazy. I told you, I grew up with it, so I know. LUNR, let's look at that bad boy and see what it's up to. It's up 33 cents. It's trying to get set up. It's not ready just yet. LUNR, and looks like it could pull back a little bit more. So I would watch for some more pullback there. It's at 1995. And yeah, I would just look for that one to pull back a little bit, Brandon. So that's what I would look for. And then it very well could possibly get set up. It is setting up to be bullish, but it looks like it might visit that 18 and $17 area before it really runs up there. We keep a look at it. It's an aerospace and defense. We've definitely looked at them before, that one in particular, and we'll keep an eye on it. So there you go. And let me take a look and see what else is going on. Let's look at our crypto. Our crypto cube here is going around, and let's see what's going on. Let me see our spy. Let me just see something real quick. I just wanted to see because we just did it, and yeah, it's dead on accurate. 604 right there, perfect. And our Bitcoin's at 98,557, and Link's at 1959. It's trying to move a little bit more. Sol's at 199.26. It was at 200 a little bit ago, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. It was down, but it's at 199, and Ethereum's at 2,795 right there. And let's see what Ripple's doing as the stock cube goes up. It's at 243. And let's see what's next. I think it's going to be Cardano, right? Yeah, ADA is at 74, just under 75 cents. They're actually not looking too bad this morning. So there you go with our crypto prices. And let's look at the charts. And I'm telling you, I love this stock cube. And I figured it out. I got I took my little logo off. I just put a picture on there. Now I got the actual exchange and the prices on the top of it too. I'll have to shoot a video. It's so awesome. So yeah, on the top of it, it's goes back and forth, tells you what Bitcoin, Sol, Ethereum, Ripple's at. So I can just look up there and see too. But I do like to watch it scroll. I feel like I'm on Wall Street watching this thing scroll around. But anyway, it's awesome. And let's take a look and see what's going on in our crypto world because I'm telling you guys, it's getting set up to do something crazy here. And I just have a feeling something big's coming out and it's about to get really cruising. So keep your eye on this crypto and let's go through the charts and see what they're up to this morning. So Bitcoin is at 98,000. That thing is right on the money. And it is like I was talking about, guys. So that 20 today is going to basically tell you. And like I said, I think it's going to bounce around for a day or so, but it is getting so set up. You're going to get not the 20, it's the 50. Your price on Bitcoin is right under, it's touching, it's curled down. It looks like it wants to push it down, but I'm not so sure it wants to. It's got a really nice base here, and I think Bitcoin's going to jump up onto that 50 and then drag it on up, and that's going to change everything and make it kind of bullish. And it's going to all happen pretty quick in the next few days. So just watch this happen. I'll keep my eye on it today and keep you posted. And Ethereum it's right at 2,793. It is bouncing back and forth between 2,800 and that 27 area. So that is on the money too. And let's see. And yeah, it's right off of that 200 here. And looking pretty good. So I think that it's going to be trying to move up. And that's not even 200, is it? No. That is your VWAP, your VWAP that it wants to bounce off. I was gonna say that's not even a 200 because the 200 is green and it's usually your 50, but it's right there at your 200. But yeah, I'm telling you, Ethereum's looking really good, and I think one of the Trump sons, I forget Eric or one of them said that Ethereum, they said that Bitcoin was probably going to be a good buy. You might want to listen to them. They probably know something. I would have to assume that they have an idea of what's going on. Solana is at 199, dead on the money right there with our crypto cube, and it is. Yeah, it's sitting right there. And again, Solana's been making that really nice base. The 50s underneath the 20, the 200s underneath the 50s over top of it, coming down on it, and it could push it down. But again, it's making that base. It's going to come down. It's going to take a few days, and then you're going to see it get cruising, guys. So I'm telling you, watch for any dips here in crypto and eat them up because I think you're just going to be mad if you don't. And like I say, that ETF 500, we'll look at it. It's been holding itself up great. And I have a feeling by summertime, you're going to be upset if you didn't get in and buy some because it's going to be cruising there. And you know, we're always 3 months ahead of everything. And what is it, February right now? So you figure March, April, May, you'll be getting into the warmer seasons. And then like June, it'll be popping. And in summertime will be wild for some people. It'll be like, holy shit, my life just changed. So I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Cardano's at 74 cents. And let's take a look at it right here. And it's just trying to make that base, same scenario, and that 50 is curled way up there and curling down. So Cardano has some time to really get set up here, but like I say, I think Bitcoin's going to pull them all up and kind of change it. That could make that 50 curl right up, make the price jump up to it, and like a magnet, and just make things start to soar. And that's what I see happening. They are kind of like not exactly bullish, but just sitting there. I think Bitcoin's ready to just pull it like a magnet, guys. So that's what it looks like to me. Doge is at 26, and it's just in there and making that base right where it's at. And again, it's the same scenario as Sol and a lot of them. So that's what they look like right there. I'll go and look at ETF 500, tell you where it's at. It was at like point 16, I think, 0.16 maybe this morning. Let's see, it's at 0.01549. That's maybe where it was. I forget, but yeah, it's not looking bad. And again, just watch for any little pullback here. And it looks like it's basing out at this 0.15, right around this 2 cent area. That's exactly what you wanted to see, especially as you just saw all of crypto really pull back there. So I think that's exactly what we want to see with it. And yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's going to get rolling. So, and I think something big's going to be happening with crypto and Bitcoin and so, like all of them. And you know, if that stuff's rolling big, this ETF 500 is going to be cruising as well. So just keep an eye on it. And I'm telling you, it's going to change people's lives in the summertime. So there you go with that one. And like I said, just a little bit of a mixed market here. Let's see what our news stories are. Let's see, S&P 500 futures waiver. Bank of England cuts rates. Don't swing for the fences even as the stock market scowls worries, says Citi. Here's its barbell portfolio. I have no idea. U.S. stock futures falter as Ford, Qualcomm slide, and stock futures are little changed after the latest batch of earnings report. And the bonds diffuse, stocks bounce, and BOE cut expected. So there you go. Oh, I love to see that happen. The Board of Education. It's such a disaster what goes on in our public school system. And then people are out of their goddamn minds if they don't think that it is. It is a disaster. My wife's been a special ed teacher for 20 years. I definitely know it. And I go in and even help her do stuff. I dressed as a clown, went in and taught kids how to juggle and stuff. And so I get involved with things all the time, and I keep my eyes open and know. And yeah, there's public. We send our kids to private school. You have to. You don't have a choice anymore. Unfortunately, the city school system, that idea, how their mindset was, moved right into our suburbs now, and it's insane what these kids are learning in school or not learning anything. To be honest with you, it's freaking wild, and hopefully that gets completely revamped. And I have a feeling you're about to see that completely revamped, and I'm excited about that because these kids need to be learn how to read, write cursive, and do math, and not worrying about gender association when you're like in kindergarten and second grade. It's literally insane, guys. I mean, like I make the best example. You want them to believe in Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, everything else, and at the same time, you think they have the right mindset to make their like their gender identity. I mean, come on, people are out of their goddamn minds, and yeah, it's wild what people think. So I guess some people do need to be guided in the right direction because they don't make the right choices in life. So yeah, our school system, I'm telling you, is a disaster, and that's going to get changed. And I'm looking forward to that. And they need to change the whole food too. My wife tells me they'll give the kids. I'm not even kidding. So they have to give the kids breakfast now in the morning, and you would think they'd try to do something healthy. It's so insane. They wonder why these kids, why they all think they have ADD and they need medicine. They give them six powdered donuts per child the other morning. My wife like almost had a heart attack, and she's like by like 10 a.m. these kids are bouncing off the wall. You can't get their attention. None of them could pay. Like none of them want to be there anymore. They just ate six powdered donuts. Imagine that. So yeah, that's what they give these kids in the morning and act like it's okay. It's crazy. I'm telling you, people. If you guys knew what really went on, and if you're a teacher or anybody, I'm telling you, teachers all know. I have a couple friends that recently just started to get into the school system and be aides and stuff. And they were like, I think my kids are going to start going to private school. We see exactly what you guys are talking about. There's been multiple people we know that have seen it, and it's crazy. I'm telling you, if you're in there, you definitely see it, and you're like, what the fuck is going on in this place? Like this is bizarro world, and we can't teach our kids like this. You send them to private school, they go in. It's just like when we went to school. They even learn how to write cursive. It's amazing, and there's no issues, and everybody gets along, and they don't have to worry about their gender or anything like that. It's wild, guys. I'm telling you. But anyway, let's take a look at stock twits real quick and see what's going on over there. I get fired up about the school system. I think it's a disaster, and it drives me insane that they do this to little kids. So, BBAI was coming down. BlackBerry's been going up here. What's a BlackBerry up to? It's probably topping out there, but it did jump up. Tesla's down. RX. I saw that yesterday on here. I didn't know what it was up to. Just kind of hitting some support. It's up a little bit, nothing too crazy. Remember LLY, good old Lily Ellie? That's up $9 and shot up from where we were looking at it. So it was looking good. It's going into earnings. I wouldn't mess with it. Ford came down. I'm telling you, Ford was getting set up there, and it did. It came down. It's got a little setup time. That's why. Probably about 3 weeks for Ford, and the Ford will look good. Arm that came down, that was looking strong, and then they had their earnings, it ran up, and Qualcomm did the same thing. And how about Peloton, PTON? That's up 96 cents, but it's going into its earnings as well, and it's hitting that line. I'm not so sure it's crossing through today, so I wouldn't mess with that at the moment. And yeah, there you go with that bad boy. So I would say that is what's trending. And let me see if I see anything else. Cureleaf looks like it's up this morning. And that LRH, whatever it is, LRHC, that looks like it might be up this morning according to the stock twits right there. LRHC, let me see. And that is the 6 and 3031. Yeah, so I'm telling you guys, that thing just needs a little setup time and watch for them dips. So that's what you want to look at on there. And what else do we have? I think we got everything there. That BYON, that Beyond, that thing's trying to run up even higher there. It looks like it's going to try to crawl back into the top again. So keep an eye on that bad boy. And I would say we got everything. Let me make sure I got you guys, and I think we did. And I don't see anything else. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, I would say that's a pretty good pre-market right there. And like I said, the SPY is up 41 cents. It's looking pretty good. It's just a little bit flat, but not looking bad. I could see it just bouncing around, but like it's not crashing down or anything crazy. So looking pretty good right there. Let me just see what the scanner tells us real quick. And let's see, that's CYN. It's up a penny. Rhyme, that's up a little bit. And like I said, it's trying to curl up. Rhyme's looking pretty decent. LIPO, that ran way up in that IVVD, DGLY. We looked at all these guys at RANI, and we looked at everything over here. We usually kind of do, but let me just see if anything grabs my attention. B hat's down a hair, but keep an eye on it. It's in that spot where it's getting set up. And that MGOL is not moving, but it does look like it's trying to do something again. So we'll look at the volume, see if anything's happening here. And let me take a look. Nah, not a whole lot at all, guys. So yeah, it's just like a setup period, and honestly, I think we needed a little setup period after we had the deep seek and then the tariffs and everything else. Everything got all knocked down out of whack and crazy, and I think that we're going to be looking much better. Like I said, I think crypto's getting set up to make some crazy moves in the market as well. So I think we're about to see things get much better. And then we are going to see it come down, as I talked about before. And I think a lot of this shakeout, too, is just Trump doing his thing, getting money cut. And I talked about that. You're going to see it dipping as that money gets cut. You've seen the deep seek, that brought it down. But yeah, tariff talk. And then, like I said, he's going to be cutting all these government agencies down, and you're just going to see a ton of money, but you're going to see a lot of people losing probably positions, and but they're not positions that should even be there, and they're not even doing anything that helps the country. So you will see some pullback, but it's for the better, and then things will really get cruising again. So that's what I'm looking at, and that's what the market looks like for this pre-market. So there you go, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I always appreciate it. And if you have any questions, let me know. Shoot me a DM, and I'll answer everybody. So all information presented here was for educational and informational purposes only. It's on 10S Financial Advice. So always do your due diligence. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Laptop travel with your laptop lowdowns, and Asian Jolie for the Jolie's jumpers, Jay Kratz, and who's that? Don't follow the white shoot. Yeah, I like that. It's pretty funny right there. And Profit Logic and East Coast Beach Girl Barbara, how are you? Dusty Renew, Micro, who's that? Micro Penne. It says VJoy and Drew and Timothy. And who else is here? Oh, my buddy Jesse's on. And Ryan, what's going on, Jesse? How are you this morning? Have a great day, everybody, and enjoy it. And like I say, trade smart, lock in those profits. And goodbye, good luck. See you later. Have a great day. I'll catch you guys later.